Looks like Joe's not doing too hot. So I think all of us can say that we haven't seen too much of old Joey this year. He's been kind of in hiding, other than a few proof of lives we've seen of him. He doesn't take press conferences or anything like that. Very different from our previous president. He's kind of out of sight, out of mind, But the times we have seen him, it's been a little worrisome. So a lot of buzz has been around the internet because of this particular scene where Joe was leaving the White House. He was actually going to Chester, Pennsylvania. And during him walking out on the front lawn of the White House, he had a very quick 10-second interaction with some press. And he walks up to them. And while he's there, there's some boom mics kind of underneath the rope or whatever. Boom mics are like basically a microphone on a stick. And so you see him wobbling around quite a bit because, you're holding something heavy on a pole, an extended pole, I guess, obviously keep distance from the president and stuff like that. So he comes up and what you see is his hand go through a microphone. Now, I saw a few different camera angles of it, and two of them, his hand goes right through the microphone. And so there's been a lot of speculation. Is this a hologram? There's been quite a few speculations. Number one is the hologram thing. And, a lot of people fact checked on that, quickly dispel that. The other thing is a green screen. They said it's a green screen, possibly a body double and Photoshop. And we'll kind of talk about each one of those. The microphone was held by Steve Herman from Voice of America, a reporter with Voice of America, and he states that he was holding the gray fuzzy mic and that it really was essentially just an optical illusion, that it just, the way the camera was hitting it, it looked like his hand was going through the microphone. Now I watched as much video as I could, then I found some side video footage, and it does look strange. It does look like his hand's going straight through it. And I reached out to some of my cameraman and asked him what he think, and he said very odd, and I said, could it be Photoshop? And he said, no, that's not Photoshop. Obviously, I don't believe it's a green screen because it's such a massive, and they were panning the camera across the White House and people in the distance moving. I think it would be too difficult to have that much grasp on an environment as a green screen, because we've filmed on green screens before, and you've got to film kind of like straight up like this, like very limited depth of field behind you. And other people said, could it be a body double? Possible. We've heard of people doing that before. Saddam Hussein was famous for that. I think he had 4 body doubles. Is it possible? Yeah, that's I guess that would be a possible thing. Is the hologram possible? So my initial gut reaction would definitely be like, no, that's not a possibility because it's very complex to do that. Now I did see something they did a few years ago, some testing for having a body double. Not a body double, but a hologram. And apparently, some of the technologies there was very limited. Like it's not where the hologram can go walking around. Now, if you've seen Coachella a few years ago, you've seen Tupac on stage in a hologram, but you could, it was a very good hologram, and this was many years ago during Coachella. So could the technology be better? Honestly, I think most likely it could be. Do you think we would know about it? Absolutely not. You wouldn't hear about this until 50 years from now. Most of us will be in the graves by the time, if this were true, that it would be out there, if they had that kind of technology, because you know how powerful having hologram technology like that would be. So do I think it is? Probably not. Is it possible? Anything's possible. Our technology, the things that we know about, they have 10 times that stuff, trust me. Again, he hadn't been looking good, and they polled Americans, and most Americans on both sides, Democrat and Republican, say they don't think he is mentally or physically capable of doing the job. As we've seen, multiple times. The other day, he was getting on Air Force One to go to Atlanta, and he's falling down the stairs the whole time. And the media goes on saying, oh, it was windy, You know, all sort of thing. Oh, this happens all the time. Da 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 da. I don't know. I mean, he took 3 falls back to back. You know, they didn't look good. And the other fact is they're keeping him out of the limelight, which makes me think something. Why can't he go field questions? Because anytime he does, you know, they cut his feed the other day when he was doing a Q&A on the White House feed, because, I mean, just inaudible. You can't even understand what he's saying, like just mentally declining. You know, I don't think president, especially someone so bold on signing executive orders, as much as he's doing, and policy changes, doesn't want to make public appearances. It's kind of odd. You know, it's pretty well-known thing for the president to make well-known. He is the leader of the free world. You know, you lead by example. You're out and about and stuff like that. But even during his months up to becoming president, he sat in a bunker because, you know, the beer flu. So I think it's all strange. And if you don't quit believing the media, I mean, for real, you're brainwashed. I think we're going to see the 25th Amendment invoked soon. You know, Kamala will probably be the president. He's already said twice last Thursday during a press conference, not a press conference, he did a video. And he said in there, he referred to Kamala as President Harris. Back in December, he referred to her as President-elect Harris. Maybe he already knows that the 25th Amendment is going to be invoked. You know, so regardless if it's a hologram or not, is very fishy. He's being, you know, kept out of the limelight. Very fishy that every time he does make an appearance is just complete garbage. I mean, he can't talk. He's fallen. He's referencing the vice president as president. And the rest of the world, trust me, they're taking note. They're taking note. Our enemies are taking note. And now, guys, before we jump off, got a few new products just want to tell you about. We've partnered with Vapor Bottles. Awesome water bottle. It's matte black. Black Scout logo carabiner clip. You can stand on this thing and it won't open up. You can clear bottom so you can see inside. The other thing is for survival, it's 1 liter, so you can take it and roll it up and put in your pack so you got an extra water vessel. 1 liter is perfect for water purification tabs because that's what most of them are set up as. We have new titanium cook gear, titanium pot, stove, utensils. We've got a fork and a spoon and a spork that folds that can fit inside here as well. And then our ever popular Nalgene bottles in olive drab and smoke gray. So go check them out, support us. We love these companies, the gear. We actually, this is BSS brand titanium stuff. We're going to come out with a lot of complete like titanium other stoves. We have alcohol. We're going to have a multi-fuel stove and stuff like that. But especially if you're an ultralight backpacker, this type of water bottle with titanium, because titanium is super light, be great for your kit. So anyhow, guys, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Is this a hologram, body double? What is it? Let me know. Anyhow, guys, as always, thanks for watching Black Scout Survival.